Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player.
Good day. Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your metals market update, and this is for Tuesday, the 4th of December, 2018. We're pushing 1:50 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wow. It's crazy because the market is now second-guessing itself, wondering what did Presidents Trump and Xi actually resolve. That's becoming the big question. And you can see we were down at one point 800 points in the Dow today as the market's questioning that. We had an inverted curve yield happen yesterday between the 2 and the 5-year, and traders think the 2 and the 10's about to happen next. History shows that it's typical after the 2 and 10 get an inversion in the curve yield to get a recession about 13 months later. Past history is not a guarantee, but it's an indicator. Look at how the metals were up today in gold and silver, copper getting hit. That does not look to me like China thinks good things are happening. They consume half the world's copper. Platinum down. The dollar index down a little bit today, but not as much as it could have been, I think. It gave up the big chunk of the gains, and you would think with losing the benefit of higher yields on rates, something would be happening. If you looked at your 10-year yield, try 291. Wow. All right, in looking at the gold market, you can't get away from the fact it is a breakout to the upside. You'd have to take out 12-20-20 on a closing basis to tell me that it's stalled out and it might want to pull back to the 18-week average of closes, but this chart is bullish. When I take a look at the daily chart, this chart is bullish, and all you need to do is look at your lows now. You had this one pattern where you broke back down, and since then it's higher lows, higher highs, and you're up, giddy up, pony. As you can see, the successful test of the 100-day and 18-day average, bullish, that puts into play the Bollinger Bands. Now remember, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within them 95% of the time. So today the market challenges the upper Bollinger Band at 1244.50, comes back and it's right now at 1242.50. It's going to settle under that number, very close to it. But the fact is the market's bullish, support's pretty evident right through here. You are overbought and you're still not even attempting to embed. Embed means you convert a market from being overbought, in this case because it's overbought now, to locking in an uptrend. Instead, what the market has done is it's hit upside targets and became overbought. That does not mean it can't work higher. It does not mean it's not in an uptrend. It is. However, the odds do not favor it closing over that upper Bollinger Band. When we get over to the popular ETF GLD, higher lows, higher highs. Now let's go to yesterday. Yesterday you went up and challenged that Bollinger Band. Today you're hitting it. Again, you're overbought in the market, but bullish. There's nothing bearish here. Pullbacks, I'm looking for support between the 18 and the 100-day average of closes. If the market wants to break out from here, there you go. It could. When we come to GDX, today it joined the bullish parade. That's important. If I come back to yesterday, I had lower highs, higher lows. The market had been running and running into resistance against the green line, which is the 100-day average of closes. It was not overbought. So now the key is, can it get through there, 1952? And if it does, that puts into play the potential for the upper Bollinger Band of 1981, and you're shy of that by 4 cents so far today. Still up, upward trend. That play is still very much alive as I see it. Then we're getting to the gold-silver ratio where silver is finally beginning to gain on gold. Now, it's a quandary. If the U.S. is going into a recession, will that really make base metals better? if interest rates are saying that. If the deal with China wasn't the deal we think, remember, Chinese newspapers haven't come out and said that. Our president has said what the deal is. Our president has said tariffs on cars to China are going to fall back. I haven't seen any of that in the Chinese press at all. There were rumors today that Sinograin was looking for rail cars, looking for bids on beans to send out, the ethanol probably, corn. There'll be items. I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe there'll be a grandiose type of announcement. I don't know. But the stock market's feeling the pain. The silver market certainly came alive yesterday. This was yesterday's action with the lower low, higher high. If it continues up, then the potential is for the upper Bollinger Band and possibly the 100-day average of closes. You can see it reached for that today, hit its target. Seems to be a little bit of a stall here. Support back at the 1438 level, let's call it. In the copper market, copper hit the upper Bollinger Band off the idea that something good was happening between the U.S. and China yesterday. And today, if it pulls back, I'd look for support between the 100-day and the 18-day average of closes. And lo and behold, it did that. I didn't expect that. It's where support as a chartist could come in. But now I'm even more bothered. I've lost the pattern of higher highs, higher lows. I have a higher high and a lower low. Momentum, which often leads prices, pointing down. And from the looks of things, you're going to close under the 18-day average of closes. That may have been it temporarily on the upside. The platinum market is ugly, ugly, ugly. There's no other way around it. Just down. Remember, this is used in diesels, in diesel engines as a catalytic converter, while up and away is palladium, which uses what? Gasoline engines use this, and look at how that's running. And this is called running the upper Bollinger Band. It's a very powerful signal. It doesn't even back away from it. Often, and in this case, it's not there. It's accompanied by an embedded reading. You're just overbought in this market. So there's plenty of tricks going on in this market, and it's hard as a market technician to label it in an exact way. In the dollar index, I'd like to see the market close under 96.80 today. That would keep the bear trend. Lower highs, lower lows, very much alive. And if you do that, then you're putting into play the lower Bollinger Band. As it is, the market tried the downside and got bids, probably in part because of this. The culprit being the stock market. Traders scared, and to a safe haven, if you will. They're buying the bonds and notes to a degree. They're not sure what to do with the stock market. If we look at the yen, excuse me, I almost fell on myself here. The yen up very sharply. That's a typical safe haven play as well. So I question what is actually going on through there. We're going to have a chance, you and I, to talk about it tomorrow. At 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, I'm having my live webinar. Now, the only way you can get into it is via an invite, which I've sent out. I sent them out on Monday, and I sent them out again today. If you don't have it, you're probably either not on my mailing list, or it's in your garbage or your clutter. I don't know. But you can remedy that. Give my staff a call at 866-973-2077. Because the stock market itself is closed tomorrow, we're going to see the futures market, the indices closed tomorrow, the bond markets will be closed. We're going to have a lot of chance to talk about different things. Should be a fun webinar. I hope to see you there. If you don't have your invite, and you didn't, by the way, on the invite you got to register because you need the password to get in. So register, then the password is sent to you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.